Welcome back to ZBCN Today, the channel where we cut through the noise and focus on what actually matters. The modern economy operates in real time. People work in real time. Businesses create value in real time. Yet financial infrastructure still forces individuals and enterprises to wait for payroll cycles, settlement windows, and delayed reconciliation. This disconnect creates friction, inefficiency, and lost opportunity across the global financial system. Zebec was founded on a simple but structural question: what if money could move as freely and instantly as information? Zebec is rebuilding the foundation of financial infrastructure for the digital era. Instead of operating on outdated batch processing models, where transactions are collected and settled in periodic blocks, Zebec enables continuous, programmable, and autonomous flows of value in real time. Batch processing is a legacy artifact of earlier computational and institutional constraints. It is why payroll takes days, international transfers take weeks, and businesses manage cash flow using delayed snapshots instead of live financial data. Zebec dismantles this model entirely. This shift is not about incremental speed improvements. It is about creating a direct, uninterrupted connection between value creation and value distribution. Employees can earn compensation by the second. Gig workers can receive payment the moment a task is completed. Businesses can manage treasury operations with up to the millisecond accuracy. While traditional systems force people to operate on bank schedules, Zebec enables money to move as work happens. Its infrastructure is designed from the ground up for continuous finance, a secure, compliant, and interoperable payment streaming protocol that empowers developers, institutions, and enterprises to build next-generation financial applications. This represents a structural transition from static, periodic financial systems to dynamic, real-time ones. For businesses, it unlocks real-time treasury management and automates complex payment workflows. For individuals, it delivers direct financial autonomy and control over earned capital. This is not a marginal upgrade. It is a redefinition of how value moves across the economy. In a financial landscape crowded with short-lived innovations and speculative assets, Zebec stands apart. It was not designed for a news cycle. It was engineered for permanence. Zebec is being built as financial infrastructure in the same category as core banking systems and global payment networks. Think of the foundational rails that quietly power global commerce today: ACH networks, SWIFT messaging, card payment systems. These systems are not exciting, but they are essential. They operate reliably, securely, and at massive scale. Zebec is positioning itself as the next-generation utility layer for value transfer designed natively for a real-time, on-chain economy. Everything you hear on ZBCN Today is for educational and informational purposes only. Nothing in this video should be considered financial advice, investment advice, or a recommendation to buy or sell any asset. Becoming infrastructure is not a declaration. It is a commitment proven over time through stability, security, and compliance. For institutions, trust is non-negotiable. Zebec's architecture is built to enterprise-grade standards, incorporating robust security controls and data protection frameworks aligned with SOC 2 and ISO 27001. System stability is paramount, with redundancy and failover mechanisms engineered to ensure continuous operation. This is not about moving fast and breaking things. It is about building systems that cannot fail. There is also a well-established roadmap for how disruptive technologies become trusted institutional infrastructure. It begins with proactive regulatory engagement to establish clarity and confidence. It progresses through carefully structured pilot programs with forward-thinking partners to demonstrate value and reduce integration risk. As reliability and return on investment become measurable, adoption accelerates. This is the path followed by foundational technologies that now underpin the institutional financial landscape. Zebec is not merely following this roadmap, it is executing it with precision, building bridges between decentralized innovation and enterprise-grade requirements. This is how protocols become pillars of global finance. If your focus is long-term analysis of how crypto evolves into institutional finance, this channel exists for that purpose. We do not chase market noise or short-term narratives. Our objective is to identify and analyze the foundational technologies that are quietly restructuring the global financial system. We focus on what endures, not what trends. In upcoming analysis, we will move beyond surface-level coverage. We will provide a technical walkthrough of how continuous payroll fundamentally alters corporate cash flow management, comparing legacy bi-weekly batch systems with second-by-second settlement. We will examine treasury automation and demonstrate how programmable rules and on-chain policies can eliminate entire reconciliation functions while creating immutable, real-time audit trails that regulators and auditors can trust. We will analyze user experience from everyday spending through crypto-backed payment cards to the back-end processes of settlement, refunds, and chargebacks, and how such systems achieve merchant acceptance at scale. Crucially, we will map the path to full compliance. This includes deep dives into KYC and AML frameworks, global licensing postures, and enterprise-grade security controls that institutional adoption requires. We will examine how these systems align with standards such as SOC 2 and ISO 27001, the operational language of procurement, compliance, and risk departments. For decision makers, we will analyze executive evaluation criteria, total cost of ownership, integration risk, and how to structure pilot programs that deliver measurable results. We will draw direct parallels to the institutional adoption journey of technologies like XRP, examining how regulatory clarity became a catalyst for enterprise deployment, while highlighting the differences that make today's systems structurally more powerful. This channel exists to provide a playbook for the future of finance. We will examine APIs, developer sandboxes, and migration paths from pilot to production. We will document real-world use cases, gig economy workers paid the moment work is completed, multinational corporations managing cross-border teams without correspondent banking friction. We will analyze system architecture, reliability metrics, and failover protocols that create the institutional trust required to move billions in value. This is the story of continuous finance, told in real time. Now consider how Zebec fits into a transformation the industry has already seen. Most payroll systems were designed decades ago. Payments are delayed, cash flow is inefficient, employees wait for value already earned. Zebec replaces this model with continuous payroll, where compensation flows in real time. For businesses, Zebec extends further by automating treasury operations. Payments execute based on programmable logic. Manual reconciliation fades away. This is how modern financial infrastructure operates. Zebec connects labor directly to everyday spending. People receive value continuously and can use it immediately, without waiting, friction, or artificial delays. Zebec was not built to avoid regulation. It was built with regulation in mind. Enterprise security standards, identity verification, and compliance-ready architecture are embedded by design. This is precisely what institutions require. Institutions do not adopt technology because it is exciting. They adopt it because it is predictable, secure, and compatible with existing systems. Zebec is designed around that reality. The crypto sector has already seen this institutional transition once. XRP demonstrated that when regulatory clarity exists, institutions follow, not because of hype, but because risk is removed. XRP had to fight for acceptance. Zebec is building acceptance into its foundation from inception. That distinction matters. Zebec aligns with global financial standards and integrates directly with existing banking systems. Institutions do not want disruption. They want interoperability. Zebec operates where finance actually happens: payroll, spending, and treasury management. This is real-world utility, not theory. Institutional capital seeks maturity. Zebec emphasizes sustainability, stability, and disciplined system design. This is how technology becomes trusted infrastructure. XRP's narrative centered on global settlement. Zebec's narrative is continuous finance, money moving in real time across labor, commerce, and operations. That is a framework institutions understand. XRP showed what happens when a digital asset earns institutional trust. Zebec is following that same pattern, with compliance, integration, and real-world utility embedded from the start. This is not a promise, it is a pattern, and institutions follow patterns that work. Which part of Zebec's strategy stands out most? Real-time payroll, institutional readiness, or integration with existing financial systems? Share your perspective in the comments, and subscribe if you want to stay ahead of how finance is evolving. If you're getting value from this kind of focused, fundamentals-driven Zebec content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to ZBCN Today, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates. It directly supports the channel and helps this research-driven community grow. Drop your thoughts or questions in the comments. I read them all. Now, let's continue with the real analysis.